Technology is advancing at an incredible pace, but with great change comes great resistance. When technologies could alter the very fabric of society, governments around the world have implemented a variety of restrictions and regulations to dampen the impact and prevent the risks that come with innovation. From bans of dangerous gadgets to entire social media networks, in this list we're counting down the 10 most shocking technology bans in history. Kicking off at number 10 is Google Street View being banned in Germany, Austria, and Greece. In 2010, Google launched Street View in Germany, but the country's data protection authorities immediately raised concerns about the collection and storage of personal data. In response, Google allowed residents to opt out of having their homes included in the service and implemented measures to blur faces and license plates. However, this was not enough to appease the German authorities, and Street View was banned in the country until 2017. What item is good for livening up PowerPoint presentations, playing with cats, and distracting footballers before a penalty? That's right, laser pointers. Laser pointers emit a concentrated beam of light that can cause eye damage. For this reason, in the UK, laser pointers over 1 milliwatt are banned, and possession or use of one in a public place is illegal. Facebook is the largest social media platform in the world. Almost 3 billion people, or about 37% of the world's population, log in each month. That number would be even larger if the platform wasn't banned in China. The Chinese government has blocked Facebook since 2009 in order to control the flow of information and prevent the spread of dissent. This has forced everyone in China to use Chinese-owned alternatives such as WeChat. TikTok, the popular video sharing app, has recently come under fire from governments in the US, UK, and EU. These governments have concerns about the app's handling of user data and potential links to the Chinese Communist Party. TikTok's parent company ByteDance is Chinese-owned. As per Chinese law, if requested, all Chinese companies must share data with the government. This has led to the TikTok app being deleted from all government devices in the US, UK, and EU. Back in 2016, everyone wandered around looking at their phones instead of what was actually in front of them. Everyone still does that now. The only difference is that in 2016, everyone was distracted by Pokemon Go. Well, almost everyone. It may sound far-fetched, but Pokemon Go was actually banned in Iran. Iran's High Council of Virtual Spaces banned the game because of unspecified security concerns. Despite being outright banned by the government, many Iranians still managed to play the game by using anti-filtering software to bypass state regulations and gain access to the banned game. VPNs, or virtual private networks, have become a popular tool for online privacy and security. Most importantly though, they allow you to watch Schitt's Creek on Netflix when you're not in the UK. Yes! In some countries, VPNs have been subjected to bans or restrictions due to concerns about censorship, surveillance, and cybersecurity. The Chinese government has banned the use of VPNs, citing concerns about online security and control. Only government-approved VPNs are allowed to operate in the country, and individuals who violate the ban can face fines or imprisonment. While the ban of VPNs may be motivated by legitimate security concerns, it also limits access to important tools for online privacy and freedom of expression. VPNs can also be used to protect sensitive data and online activity from cybercriminals, highlighting the importance of balancing security and privacy concerns with the need for open access to information and communication technologies. Until 2008, the use of mobile phones in Cuba was heavily restricted. The government viewed mobile phones as a luxury item and a potential threat to national security, with only a select few being allowed to use them. At the start of 2008, the Cuban government lifted the ban on mobile phone ownership. However, the cost of mobile phones and mobile services remained overly expensive for many Cubans, and to this day, access to the internet remains heavily censored and controlled. Since its launch, ChatGPT has taken the whole world by storm. Apart from in Italy, where an Italian data protection watchdog banned the use of ChatGPT in April 2023 after a suspected breach of the EU's GDPR laws and its failure to verify the age of users. The ban was short-lived, however, lasting just over a month. OpenAI, the creators of ChatGPT, put measures in place to address the privacy and age verification concerns, thereby allowing ChatGPT to be used again in Italy. At the start of 2019, Huawei was expected to become the largest smartphone manufacturer in the world, but they weren't able to steal the crown from Samsung, in part due to then-President Donald Trump banning the use of telecommunications equipment from foreign firms deemed a national security risk. The Commerce Department placed Huawei and 70 of its affiliates on its entity list. This did stop Huawei technologies being used in the US, but didn't stop people mispronouncing the company's name. The Great Firewall of China is a sophisticated system of internet censorship used by the Chinese government to control and regulate online activities within the country. It's been in place since the late 90s and is designed to prevent Chinese citizens from accessing websites and services that the government deems harmful or politically sensitive. One of the key targets of the Great Firewall is social media networks. Platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube are banned in China. Citizens are forced to use domestic alternatives like Weibo and WeChat, which are heavily monitored and regulated by the government. The Chinese government justifies its internet censorship as a means of maintaining social stability and national security. However, critics argue that it's an infringement on human rights and freedom of expression. The banning of social networks is particularly controversial as it limits access to information and communication channels that are widely used in other parts of the world. Despite the restrictions, some Chinese citizens continued to find ways to access blocked websites and services using VPNs and other tools. However, the government has been cracking down on these tools in recent years, making it increasingly difficult for people to circumvent the Great Chinese Firewall. Thanks for watching. For more tech news, visit em360tech.com.